Welcome to the Sheila C Hill Show. And that C stands for come on in this room and have a sit down so we can chit chat, okay? So the Sheila C Hill Show is the ultimate go-to podcast for ambitious individuals who want to live a more fulfilling life and successful life with great valuable insights. You're going to learn expert tips, inspiring stories to help you improve your lifestyle, grow your business, or just enhance your emotional well-being. Now, in every episode, you're going to gain insightful wisdom, practical tips in the company of supportive community and like-minded individuals whom I call Sheila's Thrive Tribe, baby. Because listen, over here, we're all about thriving. So if you're a regular listener, just come on and subscribe and join Sheila's Thrive Tribe. Now, if you are new, I just want you to know that I am your host, Sheila C Hill, and I was just like to say hello, hola, bonjour, como esta, ni hao, howdy, and what's up, my family? Welcome to the show. I am so glad that you're here. Remember, don't forget to subscribe so you can join Sheila's Thrive Tribe because listen, we are not regular smuggler people over here. We are VIP. And listen, I am so glad to have a special guest with us today. Listen, you know how we do it over here. We have the VIP all day. And we have an extra VIP queen with us today. And let me tell you, she is all about her business, okay? Business. Not yes. I know. You ready. Hold on. Wait, just calm down. I got you. Let me tell you a little about our guest today. Our guest is Lesley George. Okay. Lesley George is the CEO of Mosaic Incorporation, where culture is celebrated. She's an award winning author, diversity and inclusion strategist, and co elevator of Black women. Didn't I tell you she was dope? All right, didn't I tell you? At this time, we welcome Miss Lesley George to the stage. Hello. What's going on today? So glad to see you.
Queen, I am so glad to be here on this incredible show. And let me just say kudos to you for you continuing to serve in the way that you are serving incredible people dealing with lifestyle, entrepreneurship, and mental health. So I am so excited to be on your platform to speak to your people. And hopefully, I'll be able to share a nugget or two that someone could lean from and glean from. So I am so excited to be here. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Welcome to the Sheila C Hill Show, where it is a pleasure to have you here. So, Miss George, tell me, no, you prefer Miss Leslie, or Miss George? Which one?
Girl, call me Leslie, please.
We just girlfriends. Leslie. Okay, Leslie, let's do it. Okay. All right. So tell the audience just a little of your backstory. If someone would say, hey, just tell me your elevator pitch in the sense of who you are. Tell us who you
Mm.
are and what you stand for.
I love that, right? So when you and I were talking earlier, one of the things, as you said, is that you are a queen of do too much. And I love that because all my life I've always been told, well, girl, you're doing too much. You just need to settle down. You do too much. So what I like to call myself is I am the coach. I'm a powerful coach to braggadocious, bodacious women. And I assist them through every area of their life that when they walk into a room, equity walks into the room. Why do I say that as an elevator pitch? Because There was a time in my life that I didn't believe that I belonged in certain rooms. There was a time that I believed, oh my God, like this Black girl is in this room among so many other people. Do I really belong in that room? So I had to learn to step into that. And as I said, braggadocious, right? Because a lot of times as women, we have so many skills, abilities, talents, everything that we have, but we don't believe that we have those things. And so if we're not used to being in spaces where we are bragging on ourselves, we don't need other people to do that. But if we can't brag on ourselves, then other people can't brag on us either. So that's why I say that the coach that I am is I deal with powerful, incredible women, and I help assist them through their life to let them know that you are amazing. So that's in a nutshell what I do.
I love it. Yes. Oh, I have a little clapper here. So listen, I love it. I love it. Yes. I'm a snapper too. So I love it when you drop some gems and show who you are. Now, there's so many women that's out here that's actually listening. How did you get to that place? Because so many
Mm.
times we deal with imposter syndrome. So many times we deal with not having ourselves valued of who we really are. How did you get to that place? Because there had to be a process to get there. Can you share that?
Yeah, so that place bubbled up because and let's talk about women that are in corporate, right? So I'm an entrepreneur, been an entrepreneur for probably about 20 something years, own brick and mortars, and at the same time as being an entrepreneur, I always still worked for someone else, right? So I don't know what the actual term is for that. But what really got me to that place was when your employer, your boss is saying, oh my God, Lesley, like you have an amazing brand. Everybody knows you because that's just who I am, right? No matter who you are, everywhere that you go, that's where you are. So I have an amazing brand and got all these accolades. But at the same time, I was over in the corner expecting, not raising my hand for certain things, just expecting that other people would see me and realize, well, that does not happen. You have to be an advocate for yourself. And so, having to go through that process where you have an amazing brand, all these incredible accolades, and then I'm still over in the corner waiting for someone to rescue me. And the reason why I use that word is because I have a course that's coming out the end of July, and that's the name of the course. It's called Rescue Her. So I've been through that process and understand that, yeah, no, no, no. They're not going to come and snatch you out of the corner. You need to do that for yourself. So that is how that process came about. When you get passed over for promotions, and actually promotions that were not even public, right? So those secret promotions. So those of you that may be working still in corporate, these secret promotions that's happening and you were not tapped on the shoulder, I was the one that sat over in the corner, did everything right. Because, and let's just speak on it, right? I talk about culture a lot. And for me, culture is not just skin color or race. Culture is a whole lot of things for me when I talk about culture.
Right.
But let's go there as a Black woman, as I show up as a Black woman. A
Mhm.
lot of times we were told that we need to do things twice as much or three times as much. And so, because that had been embedded, I have to do things three times as much. I was doing all the things. But at the same time, doing all the things, I still shrunk myself to be able to fit in with other people. And that don't work. So I don't do that no more. I show up in all kinds of colors. You go on my social media, you might see some purple hair, you might see some blue hair,
Oh.
you might I show up in all the things.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. You got to show up with, I know that's right. Now, you mentioned about you're an advocate for yourself. Now, there's a thin line, and I know we as women sometimes have a problem with determining between showing up for yourself and bragging and being boastful. So, a lot of women that I encounter with, so they dim their light because they don't want to feel and act as if they are boastful or they just all of that. Oh my God, I have something to say about that, but I want to hear what you say about that. How do people deal with that thin line between advocating themselves without being braggy or showy?
Love it. So I have an acronym for that. The acronym is a brag. It's brag, BRAG, and B stands for being, are responsible and accountable for God's gifts. When we go
Woo!
there, when we go there and we start from that foundation, we realize that it don't matter what everybody else think. It don't matter if other people think that you're bragging, right? Because each and every one of us, God has deposited. And when I say God, doesn't matter who your God is. I'm all about diversity and inclusion, right? So it doesn't matter who your God is. Those things were deposited in you. So I feel, and these are the women that I coach, I feel that if you are not being responsible for the things that God has birthed inside of you and not let them out, oh, you are being so selfish. So that's my response for that.
Yes, I love it. I love it because, and that's exactly what I say because I'm just like, wait a minute. Oh, you call this bragging? Oh, no, I'm just telling you how dope I am. And I know it. And I don't need anyone else to validate who I am and how I feel about myself. I am not dimming my light. And if you have a problem with my light, you need to put some shades on because I'm not dimming, baby. I'm just going to do everything that I have been purposed here to do. I love that. I love those acronyms. I will definitely go. Oh, I might have to tweet that, or what, they have the new threads. I might have to put that on my thread.
Oh,
I love that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put that and give you credit for that because I
absolutely,
love it.
absolutely use it.
Now, when you said
Absolutely use it.
yes, now when you said rescue, so many times we sit here and want to be rescued. And so many times we say, "Woe is me," but I have the capabilities of doing this, or I'm doing it in corporate. I'm doing it behind the scenes. Someone else getting the credit. So then we say, "Woe is me, woe is me," and we're waiting for someone to rescue us. We're waiting for someone to validate us as well. So when you said that, I remember I was going to a conference, and that was their theme.
Mm,
It's like, listen, you rescue yourself.
hmm.
Who's here to rescue? And it was the conference was like, we are the ones. We're the ones that's going to rescue ourselves. But if you're not empowered and you don't have that within you to have that strength to rescue yourself, oh baby, you're in trouble. So
Hmm.
that's why people do need that coaching. They need that someone who's been through it, who can show the blueprint. So it's great that you have a program coming up, Rescue Her, because so many people need that. They need to know how special they are, but they need to the tools to get to the next level. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Woo! All right, let me just take a breath because it's all about empowerment.
It is.
Isn't it? You're empowering women to get to where they need to be. Okay, okay. So overall, what is one thing that you can say was a turning point for you to have this mindset? Because we know a lot of times it's about having the growth mindset. And sometimes we can have that fixed mindset and we stay there. So did something happen in a sense of that, just that light bulb came on and it just clicked for you to say, "Oh, hold up. I'm not walking in my purpose. I'm not walking in my ability that I have." Or how did you come about that?
Great question. So I am a big fan of Viola Davis and How to Get Away with Murder. And there was an episode, I believe it was in the earlies of the show, where the scene is, and then when I describe the scene, a lot of women that watch it can understand. The scene is when she takes off her makeup and she takes off her lashes and takes off her wig. And for the first time in my life, I looked at that scene and I said, "Oh my God, like that's me." And so fast forward, I wrote my first book. It was a collaboration book with 8 other women. So it was 9 of us. And the name of the book is International Day of the Girl. And in that book, I kind of, as you know, with any co-author book, I dropped some stories in there. And one of the stories that were dropped in there was about my skin complexion. It was one about that, and was one about weight. And so that was really a turning point for me, because throughout all my life as a dark-skinned Black woman, in the way that I show up, my color complexion seemed to, like, it bothered people. I don't know why. And then there was a time in my life where I was very thin. That bothered people. Then when I gained weight, that bothered people. So over a period of time, what I learned is, at the end of the day, you have to show up for yourself in the way that is authentically for yourself, because people are going to talk about you one way or the other. So why not let them talk and you feel comfortable in your skin? So that's really where that started. And my first book came out in Women's Day 2018. That was the first time my book came out. So it was around there that I got really clear on, well, I can't, I really can't. I can't listen to what everybody says. I have to show up for myself. That is my responsibility. My responsibility is really showing up for myself. And when I say this, I know that there's going to be women that's going to hear me and they're going to say, well, Lesley, that's great for you. You got on that journey. But let me just say that journey started long before that time. That journey, you mentioned growth mindset. I had been doing personal development for several years prior to that. So it is a journey. And so when I speak about women showing up authentically as themselves in their skin of who they are, hence the word mosaic. Mosaic, when you look at a mosaic tile, you see different sizes, shapes, colors. But guess what? All of that comes together and forms something beautiful. And that's exactly who you are. So that's why I say that when I coach women from a place that I have been for several years and didn't know how to get out of it. Right. So when I talk to women and young girls from across the world, because I have clients in South Africa and different parts of the world. So when I talk to women and coach women, it is through a journey of empathy. It is not from a journey of judgment, because I do understand that there are women that are still in that passage and may not know and have not come across a coach that can help get them out of there. So I hope I answered your question in where that turning point was for me.
You
So thank you.
did. Oh my. Whew, that was great. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's so powerful and empowering. And that's what the show is all about. Oh my goodness. But we're going to take a moment and have a commercial break, and we'll be right back after this commercial. Oh my goodness. I love this. Oh, she was so, I didn't tell y'all she was dope, but I was thinking it anyway. So she's super dope, and I pay some bills and have a commercial break. One moment. Are you looking for relief from pain, insomnia, or anxiety? Are you looking for relief from pain, insomnia, or anxiety? I too was there. I was taking over 21 pills and supplements a day until I found CBD. CBD oil helped relieve my pain, anxiety, and depression. I was able to wean myself off of all of my medicines. Yes, even my opioids. Listen, you can shop at houseofhemp.com for various ways to get CBD into your system to help you as well. You can get them in gummy form, flower form, or oil form, as I mentioned earlier. Listen, you can get your sleepy gummies, you can get your CBD gummies, your Delta 8 gummies, or even your Delta 9 gummies at a houseofhemp.com. All right. Thank you, ahouseofhemp.com, for sponsoring this super dope episode with Ms. Lesley George, our special guest on today. A House of Hemp is plants over pills, making your life a little easier and enjoying the quality of your life. Okay, before the break, just a little recap because it was a lot. I'm so glad that Miss Lesley is here to just share her insight on empowering women, empowering you to be your authentic self. We talked about rescuing. Okay, you have to rescue yourself, but sometimes you need the tools to rescue. So her program that's coming up, listen, y'all going to be have to go ahead and get registered for that. We'll talk about that a little more of how you can get registered, but also understanding who you are and show up as your authentic self. I hope y'all heard her say that. You have to show up as your authentic self because you are unique. You're your only, it's only you, and you're valuable. You have to understand how much value you hold. So we're going to bring Miss Lesley back to the stage and we're going to continue this conversation. Miss Lesley, I tell you, listen. You bring so much because you're bringing it from a place of you have people in entrepreneurship, but you bringing it from corporate as well. So your experience is not just one-sided. Your experience is broad. So I believe with that, you're able to help so many women because you have that experience in those different levels. Now, what do you say to the woman who says, yeah, but I've been in this, I'm over 50. We say 50 is the age, right? I'm over 50 and I think it's too late. I I don't think I have any more bodaciousness left. or or we may say I'm just going to ride out the rest of my life just mediocre. What do you say? And with that, I listened to, we was watching the documentary with Tina Turner, and when she
Mm,
started over, she was 40. When she started over, she was 40. So we put an age on a time where we feel like this is it. So what do you say to that person who is stuck and they feel like I cannot get unstuck because of my circumstances, because of my past, because of I feel is in front of me. I don't see it. I'm just tunnel vision and there's no light at the end. What do you say to them?
mm. Great question. Here's the thing, right? I always want to start with your why. And so whatever it is, it's your why, whatever is that your purpose, whatever it is that's gnawing at you. But first, let me answer the 50 question because I am 56. So, and I started Mosaic Inc. back in 2008. So if you do the math, right? And there's another thing that I use, I call that the middle passage, because sometimes the middle passage for me is when you have kids, you're raising kids, you may be married, so you're dealing with family life, you have a career, and I believe that, as you mentioned, that I've been in corporate and an entrepreneur. Those two things I think I've done on purpose so that I can speak that language of being in corporate, working for government, and still having a business. I've had a brick and mortar, I owned a daycare, and now I have a coaching practice. So those two things, I can speak to women at different levels and not just really one-sided. But here's what I would say to you is, let's go back to the brag, being responsible and accountable for God's gifts. So whatever it is that there may be something that's gnawing at you, that you may say, "Oh, I want to write that book. Oh, I want to teach children." There's something that may be gnawing at you. Now, let's not get confused or obsessed with numbers. And I have a clubhouse room in which we have an incredible community on Clubhouse, and it's the Mosaic Nation of Co-Elevators, where we believe in co-elevating women. And what I talked about this morning is always be concerned with the one. I believe that each and every one of us, we are
Mm.
an answer to a person. So don't get caught up in the grandiose of the numbers. Be concerned with the one. So wherever you are in your life, wherever you're thinking that, well, I can't. There's all these other things that's blocking me. Let's go back to your inner core. What is it? Because there's something that's gnawing at you. At one time in my life, I was going to write a book. I said that for like 20 years that I was going to write a book. First time the book came out was in 2018, but it took me 20 years to write the book. Why? Because it was just lip service. I was just saying it over and over. I did not take the steps to say, well, maybe I need to get a book coach, or I need to get a publisher. What are the steps? What are the steps that you need? And the other thing I'm going to leave here as well. Sometimes for us women, because we're so used to wearing that superwoman cape, we don't know how to ask for help because we think that asking for help, we appear weak. Asking for help has nothing to do with weakness. If you think you're weak, well, then maybe that's a different conversation. But asking for help does not have anything to do with weak. And let's go back to, as we talked about God, I'm a Christian, so we can even go back to Jesus Christ, right? So as we know, Christianity was not launched just by him. He had some incredible helpers. So let's even start there. So don't get caught up with asking for help that you may appear weak. Asking for help, and as Sheila and I spoke earlier, she has an incredible platform where she is inviting entrepreneurs on here to share their story. And she is less than 3 months old. And she has some incredible numbers. But guess what? When she started, she put out there, does anybody know how to do this? Got help. And now she's moving forward in her platform. It does not, asking for help does not take anything away from you. So if I'm speaking to you and you may think that because of your age, because maybe you might still have children at home, whatever it is, you can put after that dot, 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 whatever that is. I want you to take a piece of paper and write down, what is that thing that's gnawing at you? What is that thing that you've been saying, maybe secretly, maybe you didn't have to share with anybody, that thing that you want to get out? Write that thing down. And now start putting some steps to that. Well, what's step one? Step one for me is the awareness. Step one is that you wrote it down on that paper. That's step one. Congratulations. And we will celebrate you for that step one. And then you're going to move to step two, whatever that step two is. It may be you don't have the expertise in that thing, but just because you may not have everything that you need for that thing, that doesn't mean that you can't birth it. So please, please, if I'm talking to you and if you would love to reach out to me, or anyone that you may know that could help you, please ask for help. It does not take anything away from you, because guess what? You could be the answer to someone's prayers. Someone could be going to sleep last night and they're looking for you, but you don't know it. Why? Because I understand sometimes we don't have the courage to move in that thing that's gnawing at us. So hopefully that can help. If that can help one person, my God, if that can help one person.
That's
So thank you,
amazing.
Sheila.
That's amazing, Lesley. I mean, you were speaking some truth, especially the superwoman syndrome and the inability that we feel that we have to ask for help. So many times we're always pouring into people. We as women, for the most part, are nurturers and we always give. But then when we get to the point where we can't keep pouring from an empty cup, and then we're just flatlining, but we're not reaching for help. So this is a ploy to anyone that's out there that is in that situation. It's okay. And a lot of times we don't want people in our business either. We be like, I don't want them to know that I'm not what I portray, that I have it going on all the time. I'm not that strong, but that's okay. That is, listen, it is you that is so important that we need to make sure you're in a place mentally, in a place as well, because when you get to that point and you stay there so long, then depression sets in. And
Mhm.
depression can hold you longer than you intended to be there. And before you know it, you can have all types of thoughts and your mental well-being is tainted. So that's why it's important to get help wherever you are now before you get to that point. And when you have women that surround you, or you may not have, you may be the go-to person, and that's a lot of the women's problem too, because they're the go-to and they don't have anyone to go through to. So we're telling, and Lesley is telling you she has a program that can help you. And I want to speak a moment to my ladies who may be home wives or housewives, or they're homeschooling, or they make their living within their home, or they are a supporter to their spouse. I want to speak to them because I was
Mm,
there at one time in my life. I was a home mom for ooh, a long time. And I understand the struggle that goes in your mind and how we devalue ourselves because we're not compared to the corporate workers. We're not compared to, having the financial stability ourselves. We have to depend on someone else, and what we bring to the table, we devalue it. But I want you to know that you have value, and whatever position that you're holding in your household, in your family, where you're a single mom or whatever the case may be, you have value. And I want you to take these nuggets that Lesley is giving to you today and understand that you have to get to that place. And I love the acronym: being responsible, accountable for God's gift. You have a gift. You have a unique voice. You have a gift, and it is needed. I was speaking with a guest last week, and the guest mentioned, she said, we have to do what we have to do because we're holding someone else's destiny in our hand. They're waiting for us to get to the next level so they can meet us, so they can walk in their purpose. So
yep.
if you can look at it that way, understand you're holding up someone else too. You're holding yourself up and then someone else. So you have to get in that place where you pull yourself up, and understand, hey, wait a minute. I am special. I am loved. I am appreciated. And that's one thing I say here on this show is, if no one has ever told you today that you are loved and highly appreciated, I'm telling you, you are loved and highly appreciated. And I'm so glad that you're hearing this today, because this can be your turning point. And when you reach the next destiny in your life, you're going to be like, they're going to be like, what was your turning point? They're going to say, I heard Lesley on the Sheila C Hill Show, baby, and that changed my life. Because words are powerful, words are spirit as well. So you have to speak positive no matter what it looks like. You have to speak positive in your life on a daily basis. Oh, baby. Okay, I love it. Okay, Lesley, if you can tell me, what was the name of your clubhouse again?
The name of the clubhouse room is the
So
Mosaic
they can check you out on Clubhouse.
Mosaic Nation of Co-Elevators.
Okay. All right. So with that, how can people get in contact with you, and how can people sign up for Rescue Her?
Awesome, awesome. So what I am, thank you so much for that question. So on Saturday morning, Saturday, what, I don't know what's Saturday's date. There's
July
two,
15th?
yeah, July,
July
July,
15th?
yeah. On Saturday, July
Mhm.
15th, I do have a free webinar.
Uh-huh.
And that one is called Start Over Stronger. And that one is, the website for that is I am mosaicmovement.com. So I am mosaicmovement.com. And Rescue Her starts on July 24th. It is an 8-week series, and there's going to be aftercare as well, because I believe in aftercare. I believe that when you go through a course, there needs to be aftercare. I love aftercare. I love celebrations. I love all of that. That start July 24th at noon Eastern time. And that one you can sign up. If you go to Eventbrite, I believe it's on Eventbrite now as well. And my social media handles are we Mosaic is on Instagram, the Mosaic Inc. My Instagram is Lesley Listens. And we are also on Facebook
Mhm.
as well. So those are some places where you can catch me speaking about all the things female empowerment.
Whew, that is awesome. Many blessings to your upcoming events and endeavors. I'm so excited for you and for the ladies that's going to take part because I know they will once they hear what you have to offer them and understand that you have the blueprint, understand that you have everything that they need in the sense of how to get. Because a lot of times we understand that we need to get from point A to B and then back to A again. We know it, but we don't know how. We don't know the
Mhm.
steps, so we don't have enough empowerment within ourselves to get there. So I know your program is going to be awesome and super dope as you are. And
Thank you.
I want to tell all the audience, listen, I want you to reach out to her and follow her on all social media platforms, check out her clubhouse, but most important, invest into the 8 week. You deserve it. Listen, you deserve it. Take the money out your sock drawer. You know how we always have a little extra me money hid. We all got, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all got that me money. Pull it out and use it for yourself. When you empower yourself, no one can take it away. No one. When you educate yourself, no one can take it away. So you deserve it. Listen, don't get the extra, the newest pocketbook, the Tell Far, and all of these red bottom shoes. Decide and invest in yourself. Okay, that's so very important. All right, Miss Leslie, tell us. So as we will leave out for this episode, give us your last words. Give us a food for thought that you feel that someone really
Mhm.
needs to know on today. What is your food for thought? Um, so women can understand who they are. You've dropped so many gems, and I'm so appreciative that you are here to drop those gems. But I want you to just give us your closing words and speak to the ladies.
Mm. Just know that no matter what others may have said about you, what you believe, imagination. Imagination is powerful.
Okay.
And every Monday I talk about Magical Monday, taking a movie from Disney. And imagination is so powerful. So first you have to imagine the life, imagine where you want to go. Then you have to now believe in that imagination. And then you have to move forward with action. So I love acronyms, IBM, imagination, belief, and action. So move in that. And then also, God didn't give your vision, God didn't give your imagination on a Zoom call, on a conference call, then sent out mailers, wasn't in a clubhouse room, wasn't on social media. God gave it to you. So as God gave it to you, you need to move in that conviction, even if at the time that you are moving in that conviction, that others may not believe in what you're doing. You have to believe in you. You have to, in network marketing, they say that you have to sell yourself first on the sale. You have to sell yourself first on the sale. And then here's the other thing, I know that times will get hard. But the other thing that I would implore you to start doing, one of my friends in our tribe, she's known as the affirmation whisperer, and just being around her over the last year really have gotten so clear on what affirmations can do for your life. So maybe start a practice of affirmations where you can affirm, you will start affirming yourself every day. Maybe every day may not be enough for
Mhm.
you as you're starting off because this is going to be a new habit. So maybe you might need to do that several times a day. And however you may need to do that, maybe you might need to go in a closet, maybe you might need to go in a bathroom or somewhere, but so that you can get into that practice of affirming yourself. Because as you're starting off, you may have people in your family, you might want to share something with them. And guess what? It's not for them. It's for you. So you move forward, in whatever it is, that vision, that imagination, whatever it is that God gave you. You need to believe in that, be sold out on that, and move forward in action. So that's what I would leave the women with today, is that whatever it is that you got, that's for you. It's not for everybody else. It's for you. And sometimes starting off, it can be lonely, but know that it's worth it. So that's what I got, Sheila.
Woo! Yes, I love it. I love it. Thank you very much for coming on. That was awesome. I love that. And it's just like when God gives you something, it's not for everyone else. It wasn't a conference call. It was directly between you and God. So thank you very much, Lesley, for coming on today. It was very valuable. Until next time, you guys. I just love the fact that we have such powerful, powerful words coming from Lesley on today. And that's what we're all about here on the Sheila C Hill Show. Because listen, we want extraordinary guests. We're tired of the regular smuggler. I tell y'all, we're not that. We're VIP over here at the Sheila C Hill Show. So if you have an extraordinary story, or if you have a story that you want to share that you can empower others, you are welcome to come on the Sheila C Hill Show as a guest. If you want to inspire, if you want to share your journey, if you have remarkable milestones or anything, or testimonies, how you shattered the glass, how you was the first in your family to do something, or you just have a narrative that deserves to be heard in over 350 million households in over 100 countries. And that's what we give you here for the Sheila C Hill Show, which is powered by CTR Media Network. And our reach is beyond compare. So if you want to be a guest, please come on and request to be a guest on the SheilaCHillShow.com. And at the top, you just click the button, be our guest. And if you have any feedback about our show, if something, or if Lesley resonated with you, if something that she said, or one of her acronyms that she said really resonate with you, just hit us up and just let us know what was it. Or if you have some feedback on the show or a show idea, we're here for you. Remember, this is our tribe. This is Sheila's Thrive Tribe, and we're here together so we can empower together, learn together, and inspire together as well. So until we meet until next time, I want you to know it is time to go. It is time to get uncomfortable, okay? So I'm ready for you to go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Until next time on the Sheila C Hill Show. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, Lesley, thank you very much. That was wonderful.
Oh, that was
I love
amazing.
it. I
Thank you
love it.
so
I
much.
love it.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you. This was
welcome. Woo,
absolutely,
woo, 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 woo.
this is incredible, incredible. I can't wait to share this out. Yes, this absolutely,
Yes, it's
yes.
gonna be so empowering. I love it. I love the gems that you dropped. I love what you're doing to empower other women, and understanding, the mix between your story, your experiences, and then the gems that you're dropping all together. It just makes it a really powerful punch. And I love that because of the different levels and the different levels of women that we reach. In my show, I was doing the analytics on my show, and my show is really reaching more of that 45 age, 45 to 65 age. And you really spoke to them and to understand this is not where they are now. It's not. it's not over. It is
Mm-mm.
not over. So just to give them that empowerment, and not just empowerment, but the tools to get from A to B, and then C, D, E, F, and all the way. So I really appreciate that. So
Yeah.
at this time, we're gonna do our little promo.
Okay.
So from
Okay.
here, I'm gonna go backstage, and you just gonna promo the episode, and then I'll come back after you finish. So do you have any questions on the promo?
How long do I have?
You have any questions?
Do I have it? How long do I have?
Mm, about 45 seconds to a minute.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
whenever the ancestors say be quiet. Like I tell people, when ancestors say,
Oh
okay,
gosh.
okay, okay.
I
All right,
love
let me
it.
okay, hold on, here we go. I'm gonna go backstage and you can start.
Good. Ooh, I don't. Ooh, wait, hold on. I didn't know if I said good afternoon or good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I am so excited to be on the Sheila C Hill Show. You gotta join. We're going live in the next few days, and I would love for you to join me on that episode. And also, not just on the episode, right? Stick around and listen to some of her other podcasts that she has. Amazing hosts. If you are looking for a podcast that really deals with lifestyle, entrepreneurship, and mental health, this is the podcast. And guess what? This podcast is less than 3 months old, and she's already in 100 different countries. So that shows you that this is an incredible platform. And I am absolutely elated to be on this platform and can't wait for you to see my incredible episode. So join me on that podcast as the podcast gets released in the next couple of days. So looking forward to seeing you. Thank you.
All right, good job, good job, good job. All right, awesome. I saw you thinking there.
I was.
Yeah, I was like, how's she thinking? Oh my goodness. Hey, I feel you. I so feel you. Okay, here we go. And all right, now, so this is tell me your experience of being on the Sheila C Hill Show.
Ooh.
All right, let me remove myself. I'm gonna let you think a little second. And
My experience on on the Sheila C Hill Show was like a conversation of sitting with a best friend that you've known for years, but you guys had not seen each other in a while, and just sitting and having this incredible conversation. So I want to say that my experience on the show has been absolutely delightful. And when I say delightful, sometimes when we're getting ready to be a guest on a show, on a podcast, we might be thinking, "Oh my goodness, like what is this going to be like?" And so forth. But I want to say that this has been absolutely delightful. It was me having a conversation with an old friend, just us chatting it up and sharing experiences that we're going to put out into the world. So that was my experience.
whoop whoop. Yeah, let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. On the Sheila C. Hill Show, baby. Okay, I did see in your paperwork that you had someone that you might think would be good to be on the show. So we'll reach out
Yeah.
to them once our schedule clears up.
Okay.
We'll definitely reach out to them. So thank you for that because we believe that it, we believe, and even if you have someone else, we believe that exposure. Sometimes we just need the right exposure. And that's what I really want the show and this platform to do is to get the message out even more. You know, everyone has their own community, but outside of that community, to get that exposure. Because listen, people need the word. They need what you have and what others have to empower. So thank you very much for that. So thank you, sis, for being on. I will be following you myself because I love them acronyms. IBM. I was like, okay, sis,
Yeah, I
got
love that.
acronym things
Girl,
going.
I generate them like crazy.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So thank you. So do you have any questions before we leave for today?
No, you just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're
Awesome.
doing. Your story is so inspiring. Just keep doing what you're doing, and don't listen to anyone. You are amazing. Thank you for inviting me on your platform. I look forward to diving deep into your different episodes. Look forward to us connecting again. And I just want
Yes.
to say thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. It was my pleasure. It was totally my pleasure. Thank you for being a part and have a blessed day and many blessings upon your business endeavors. Definitely I'm be referring some people to your program who I know need to be empowered, especially this weekend, the webinar I will be posting.
Yes. Yes, the webinar.
Definitely.
You have. Do you have the website for I? It's I am Mosaic Movement.
Uh-huh. I do. I have it written
Yes.
down here.
Okay. Good. Good.
And
And
you
then
said it
you
was
know
on.
something. What I would do if you're going to recommend anyone to the Rescue Her program, I need to know. I need to know who they are. But I will set up a code for them, and the code will be Hill.
Oh, okay.
So I will give
Okay.
them, I will
Like
give
affiliate.
them, I will, yes, yes, I will give them a, let me check on, I'm gonna get back to you because I'm gonna check on, see if we can do an affiliate for you, for one, and then if I can do a
Okay.
discount for them. So let me check on that. So because I
Okay.
have your email address. Is your phone number anything like that in there? Let me see.
I don't know. I
I'll
don't think
communicate
so.
with you via
Maybe
email. Do you get the email directly?
okay, great. Yes,
Okay. All right.
I see it
So
as well. Uh-huh. The Sheila C Hill
I'll
Show
communicate that
at
with you.
Gmail. Okay, and also what we'll do is when you get that, then I'll put it in my because I promote it on YouTube, of course, platforms, podcast platforms, and also on my social media. So I will put that in the description of the show so they'll have access to your link. So if you can email me your clickable links, that would be even better to make it easier for them to spend their money with you. Okay. We want to make it easy. Okay, sounds
Definitely.
good. We got
Yes,
you. I got
absolutely.
you,
Yes.
sis.
Thank you.
All right, it's been a pleasure. Have a good day.
Bye bye.
You're welcome. Bye bye. Shit.